Imagine this. The year is 1914, and the world is engulfed in the brutality of the First World War. Amidst the chaos, something incredible happens. Something so extraordinary that it defies belief. On a cold, snowy Christmas day, in the middle of the most devastating conflict the world had ever seen, soldiers from opposing sides put down their weapons and did the unthinkable. They played football. Yes, you heard that right. A football match paused the war, if only for a brief fleeting moment. But did it really happen? And if so, what made this game so powerful that it could halt the madness of war, even if just for a day? Stay tuned as we explore the remarkable story of the Christmas Truce of 1914, where the beautiful game brought a moment of peace to the horrors of the battlefield. To understand this incredible event, we need to set the stage. The year is 1914, and the First World War has been raging for months. The Western Front, stretching from the North Sea to the Swiss border, is a hellish landscape of trenches, mud, and death. British, French, and German soldiers are locked in a bloody stalemate with no end in sight. The cold winter has set in, and as Christmas approaches, morale on both sides is low. But something unexpected is about to happen that will lift the spirits of these weary soldiers. It all began on Christmas Eve, 1914. As the sun set over the trenches, a strange silence fell over the Western Front. Instead of the usual sounds of gunfire and explosions, soldiers began hearing something different. Singing. German troops started to sing Stille Nacht, or Silent Night, from their trenches. Soon, the British troops across no man's land joined in with their own carols. The guns were silent, and for the first time in months, a sense of peace descended upon the battlefield. By the light of the moon and the flickering candles of makeshift Christmas trees, something even more remarkable happened. Soldiers from both sides began to emerge from their trenches, cautiously at first, waving white flags or shouting out Christmas greetings. And then they met in the middle, right in the heart of no man's land, the deadly zone between the opposing trenches. There, they shook hands, exchanged gifts of food, cigarettes, and even buttons from their uniforms. But the most incredible part of this truth was yet to come. Someone, it's still not clear who, produced a soccer ball. Incredibly, amidst the mud and snow, a match began. The soldiers set aside their rifles and bayonets and started to play. It was as if, for a brief moment, the war had simply stopped. Men who had been trying to kill each other just hours earlier were now playing a game of football together. British and German troops formed makeshift teams, using their greatcoats as goalposts, and what happened next has gone down in history as one of the most extraordinary events of the Great War. Imagine it, a frozen battlefield, littered with barbed wire and craters, now turned into a football pitch. There were no referees, no rules, just the pure joy of the game. The soldiers, who spoke different languages and came from vastly different worlds, were united by the universal language of football. Accounts of the game vary. Some say the Germans won 3-2, while others claim it ended in a friendly draw. But what truly mattered wasn't the score. It was the fact that, for a few precious hours, these men were able to forget the horrors of war and experience a moment of humanity. Sadly, the truce was short-lived. As Christmas Day ended, the soldiers reluctantly returned to their trenches, and the war resumed with all its fury. The commanders on both sides were furious when they learned about the truce, fearing it would undermine the soldiers' will to fight. Orders were given to ensure that such a truce would never happen again. And indeed, it didn't. The war dragged on for 4 more brutal years, leaving millions dead and changing the course of history forever. But the Christmas Truce of 1914 has lived on in memory, becoming a symbol of hope, humanity, and the power of football. Over the years, this story has been told and retold, sometimes embellished, but always remembered as a moment when the beautiful game brought a glimmer of light to one of the darkest chapters in human history. So, did a football match really pause a world war? The answer is yes, but only for a day. Yet, that day has become legendary, a reminder of what football can mean to people, even in the most desperate of circumstances. The game that was played in the trenches of the Western Front wasn't just a match. It was a moment of shared humanity, a fleeting escape from the horrors of war, and a powerful testament to the unifying power of sport. Today, football continues to bring people together from all walks of life, from all corners of the globe. It's a sport that transcends language, culture, and even conflict. As we look forward to the upcoming World Cup, where nations will come together once again in the spirit of competition and unity, we are reminded of that extraordinary day in 1914, when football briefly paused the madness of war. The beautiful game has a way of connecting us, of reminding us that, no matter our differences, we are all part of the same human family. In a world often divided, football remains a beacon of hope, a reminder that peace is possible, even in the most unlikely of places. The Christmas Truce of 1914 stands as a testament to the power of sport, to unite, to heal, and to inspire. So the next time you watch a match, remember the soldiers who, over a century ago, put aside their differences to play the game we all love. Because in the end, football is more than just a game. It's a celebration of our shared humanity. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey through history. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more amazing stories from the world of football. Ring the bell so you never miss an update, and share this video with your friends. Let's spread the love of the beautiful game together. And with the World Cup just around the corner, there's never been a better time to celebrate what football can do. Until next time, keep the spirit of the game alive.